Hello and welcome to show. Wait, what? What? Welcome to Study Abroad Dream Big Show, and you are listening to Manish.
This is a series of podcasts that shares international students' thoughts and experiences while studying abroad. This series will help prepare you both mentally and physically for your time abroad and also allow you to implement positive changes upon returning to your home countries. Please enjoy meeting our guests and getting some ideas on studying abroad from our show.
Hello, how are you? Good? We are fine. We are totally fine. Of course, we are fine. Alright, let's just start. So, welcome to Study Abroad Dream Big Show. As you can see, studying abroad has been extremely popular. Almost every country is willing to provide study abroad opportunities. And today we are going to talk with some people who has been very attached with study abroad since I was a kid. Can you believe that? Yeah, it's a long time. But before we meet her, I'm going to have you meet a young international student from Colombia who is sitting right in front of me and having a humble eyes. Wow, humble? Really humble? Well, I don't know. Let's hear from him. Hi Camilo, and welcome to Study Abroad Dream Big Show. You are an international student, and if I'm not mistaken, you have been living here for a long time, last 10 months. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. You must have a lot to say, don't you?
Hi Manish, thank you for having me here. Yes, I have a lot to tell you. As you said, I come from Colombia and I'm here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm studying here early childhood education as part of a scholarship given by the U.S. Department of State. My experience have been very humbling, as you said, and also a very growing opportunity. I mean, I've grown a lot, not just professionally, but personally, in my goals, in my whole life has changed. You know, I've met people from all over the world. I met people from here that are fantastic. I've got the opportunity to learn another language and to experience many things that I would have never thought I could experience.
Mm-hmm. So guys, if you're listening to us and thinking of going study abroad, then please do it. Don't be late. It's a really great opportunity for anyone and it can change your life. Now Camilo, I have heard a lot of people mention having totally different ideas about United States before they came here. And I'm really excited to know your thoughts. Did the same thing happen with you?
Yes, actually, I had very different ideas about the United States. I used to think it would be something different from my country, but somewhat similar. So I used to think that when I came here, I would just find Americans, because in my country, I just find Colombians. But actually, when I came here, I found all these people from all different countries. There are some people that are second-generation immigrants, and they are more American than their parents, but they still don't feel like they're Americans. So it's just like they call it a hot pot, because it's a lot of things, a lot of races mixed together. And also, I used to think that I would hang out with people, I would meet friends, and we would just hang out all the time. But as I came here and I realized that this is an industrialized nation, people work a lot, people value their time a lot. So they respect and they want me to respect their times. And as well, myself, I'm very busy here, so I don't have much time to hang out with them. But the few opportunities that we have, they take a lot of advantage about it. Okay. And also, the last thing, I've always seen the snow in movies and in TV shows, but until I came here and I experienced that cold, I realized what snow means. That's why people here don't like it that much, because the coldness that you get to experience with that is horrible.
Yeah, and that's the point. I really want to make sure you guys, if you are watching Hollywood movie continuously, don't get the overall idea about America from those movies. It's totally different. It's quite different. You know, it's very practical and realistic. So until you're coming here, don't get the overall idea about America and don't expect such thing. You know what I mean? So study abroad is approaching students more and more. Even every country is willing to have students from other countries. And it's really a great opportunity to get experience from other cultures and nations. And at the same time, it's really a great chance to share our own culture and explore our country to international students. and thousands of people have been working on this universal field from all over the world. And now one of them is with us tonight. Yes, Megan Popke is us tonight, who is the manager of international program at Northeast Wisconsin Technical College, Green Bay. Hi Megan, and welcome to Study Abroad Dream Big Show.
Hi Manish, thank you for having me.
Megan, today we are talking about how study abroad has become very important. I mean, there was a time when a low amount of people used to think about going out of country and get education. But presently, almost every student want the opportunity to go abroad for their studies, and most of them get succeed. Why it's becoming a passion or an important choice for students to prefer study abroad?
That is a great question. I think one of the reasons that it is so interesting for people to study in a different country is because it really broadens their horizons and opens their eyes to really just how small the world is in many ways. And having the opportunity to travel, to meet people from other countries and cultures and backgrounds, I think is just something that is priceless and definitely life-changing.
Yeah. I mean, some students like to study in their own country and some of them think about studying abroad. And it's totally depend on them. It's totally their choice. But both types of students get succeed in their life. But today we are talking about study abroad and two people are with us related to study abroad. So we shouldn't let them just go away. There must be students and audience who wants you guys to say something for them, give them information. So I want to ask you, Camilo, how do you feel being an international student? And how do you feel about your future? Was it a right decision that you made to come United States to study?
Yes, Manish, indeed, it was the right decision, I believe, because I feel very optimistic about my future. I feel that this opportunity, as Megan said, has broadened my horizons, has opened my mind, and it's brought a lot of good stuff in my life. Being an international student is an awesome experience, but it's also difficult. It's very difficult. When you come to another country, you don't know anybody. You feel alone sometimes. That's the greatest loneliness that I've ever felt in my life. And also, you face many challenges: the culture shock, the not knowing anybody here, the different way they do things. So it's a very challenging experience, but it's totally worth it. I feel like my future is improved now because now I've met all these different people from all over the world that had taught me things that I couldn't have learned in my country because we don't have these different points of view.
Well, overall, I guess you're enjoying your time here. And hold your horse, I will be back to you, Camilo. Now, Megan, you have a lot of experience being an employee in this field. You must have seen a lot of successful international students. But when it comes to study abroad, people start thinking about money. They get tense about their budget. But is it really true that I have to have an amount of money if I want to come abroad for my study?
No, Manish, thank you for asking. That actually is very much a myth that you have to have a lot of your own money in order to study abroad. There are many different funding opportunities, from scholarships and grants, like the one that Camilo talked about, to other opportunities to apply for funding, both to study in different countries short term. Some people do just 2-week opportunities, and to long term, like the full year opportunities. But definitely don't let the price tag make that seem like it's not possible, because there are so many ways to do it.
Wow, that's a really interesting new news for me. And I promise, if I know someone who is seeking for study abroad, I'm definitely going to suggest them. And again, if you're listening to me, please take Megan's suggestions. And there are tons of scholarships and programs to study abroad. You can contact your local embassy even and ask them if they have any scholarship program for you. Now, I really want to share a story of someone who is my friend and currently studying in Scotland. And she is from Wisconsin, Green Bay. She is a glorious example of how you can get a scholarship. She studied really hard and got the scholarship. That's it. So the only work you need to do, just focus on your study and keep searching for those programs and scholarships. And there is plenty of choices for you. Now, Camilo, you have come here through a scholarship program. Will you say something about your program?
Yes, thank you. I would like to. So as I told you guys before, the scholarship is called the CCI program. That stands for Community College Initiative Program. It's given by the U.S. Department of State, and it's meant to be for young leaders and young people from third world countries, predominantly from the lower classes, to come here to the United States to study for 10 months at a technical college, get their technical skills and leadership skills so that they can come back to their countries to give back to their communities. They provide everything. They provide since the visa and the passport and the airplane tickets, and when you get here they provide you with the housing, with all the living expenses, the studying expenses, textbooks, everything. And they even give you a training course on leadership skills and how to give back to your community everything you've learned.
Yeah, and you really picked up a good point. And I asked Megan about that. Megan, do you think it's a really good advantage for international students to meeting some other international students, getting information from different country, sharing their own knowledge, sharing each other's culture, knowledge, and ideas? Do you think it's really a very big advantage for students?
Absolutely. I think any opportunity that students have to interact with and become more comfortable and more familiar with people from different countries and cultures and backgrounds, the more successful they will be in their future. I think the ability to communicate and appreciate and understand people who are different makes that student much more marketable as a prospective employee in their future.
Yeah, and as you heard, it's really a good advantage. You can go back always your country and implement those ideas, what you have shared, what you have learned from other international students. It's really important. You can make a bright future from those ideas. As you heard, there's an open hand for you always. But before that, you have to prove yourself as worthy to get that scholarship or the chance. And student gets chance to study abroad, and the government or the program who is having you come to their country and want you to explore the country, share something, contribute positiveness, and learn from them. And at the same time, you should be aware of the fact that those government or those program always want you to go back to your country and share and give an open hand to your own country or community, whatever you learned. What's your view on that, Megan?
I think, like you said, Manish, really, if it is something that you are determined to do, not letting finances or other things be a barrier for you, and to do your research, reach out to the right people, network so that you are able to have that opportunity, and then bring those things that you learned back home to your country and your community to educate those around you about just how important it is to learn about other parts of the world.
Camilo, do you want to say something to our audience?
Sure, that you guys have to study hard and you guys have to look for the opportunities because this is a life-changing experience. You're never going to regret it, and it's probably going to be some of the best times in your entire life.
So as you are listening to Megan and Camilo, both of them have a lot of experience being in this field. So if you're really looking for study abroad, go to your embassy or searching for those people. There's a lot of open hands for you, and you can really apply those in your future. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed and have got some information on studying abroad. Wow, you are looking very confident. Yes, you are looking very confident to go abroad for your studies. Well, then be the same until we meet again next week. And I promise, next week we are going to have some more people to share their own story and knowledge on study abroad. Thank you very much, both of you guys. And it was really wonderful talking to you too. Thank you for listening to us. If you want to join our journey to study abroad, then please join us next week. Stay with us.
Hi guys, a quick suggestion from this episode. It's not about money, it's about your mentality and hard work with your studies. You can easily find a scholarship program to study abroad, so keep up your hard work and searching for those programs. Thank you.